Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the CHOFETZ CHAIM, and he writes like this: "V'nirli oid, it appears further to me," says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, "B'isha shem mishpatoi, lishnos bivaltoi." If you're dealing with a man, let's call him Shimon, and he repeats his transgression again and again, then, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, we are allowed to report the crooked ways of Shimon to a mentor of his that will help him correct his ways. The Afim Rabbi nenu tzanua kol kach, even if his mentor, his Rebbe, is not such a tzanu, he's not so discreet. It is possible that this Rebbe of his is going to end up revealing the sin of Shimon to somebody else, because he's going to mention it to someone, maybe in passing, maybe directly. However, since that we know that Shimon values the words of his Rebbe, and he will accept his rebuke, and he can change his ways, and he will no longer follow in his transgressions. It's possible, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, that you could still reveal the misdeed of Shimon to his Rebbe. Since the intention of the one who's telling the information to the Rebbe is for the benefit of the sinner and not to embarrass and to shame him, so therefore if the Rebbe then goes and says it over to somebody else when he shouldn't, that's the Rebbe's fault. That's not my fault for telling it over. And since that my intentions are altruistic and sincere, I really want what's best for this person. I want Shimon to do tshuva, and I know that he'll listen to his Rebbe, therefore I'll be allowed to say it over. Says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, now let's go back to something we mentioned previously, just the other day. Even if two people saw Shimon at the time that he was doing this chait, this sin, and he's a person that can easily slip back into the chait and do it again. Nevertheless, these two people who saw what Shimon did wrong are only allowed to go to the judges of the city and reveal it to them, but not to anyone else. Because nevertheless, the witnesses only saw Shimon do this once. Maybe his Yetzer Hara chapped him, grabbed him that one time. And afterwards he did tshuva already. And he has real regret and bitterness in his heart as a result of the sin that he did. And therefore, the person who sinned over here has not yet left the category of Amisecha, your nation, your people, because he made a mistake. If he made a mistake once and he does tshuva, he's still in. Even if he makes many mistakes, but he feels bad about it, he regrets it, he's trying to work on himself, he's still within the Jewish people. It's only a person who is maliciously sinning again and again and again, doesn't care about rebuke, doesn't feel guilty for what he does, doesn't try to do tshuva. That person perhaps goes out of the realm of Amisecha, of your nation, and then you'd be able to tell to other people besides the Dayanim, the judges. But in our case, says the CHOFETZ CHAIM, since that we only saw him do it once, we have to assume he's a Yid, and a Yid feels bad when he does something wrong, and he must have done tshuva, or he's going to do tshuva, or eventually he's going to do tshuva. Therefore, you can only tell it over to the judges, and they will have to deal with it, with how they're going to deal with the situation. Have a wonderful day, and a wonderful Shabbos.